What's up? So today I'm just gonna be going over my roulette strategy. Sorry, it's not my roulette strategy. Um, I think I found this on a forum. I thought it was a pretty decent strategy. I think everyone uses this as well. It's pretty basic. You put 15 on either red or black, it doesn't matter. You could play this, you could play red, and then you could play the middle one right here. Or you could play black and you can play the top row. Either way, it's the same. Um, what it essentially does is it maximizes in one row by including um, more reds on like the opposite color on the row that has the most of that opposite color. So if I play black, I want to play this row because there's 2, 3, 4. There's eight reds, right? So I wouldn't want to play this, even though that we can. That's a different story, but this seems like a good strategy, and it is. But the only problem is that if you calculate like expected value, it doesn't like add up. Um, it doesn't really add up. Um, I might just be calculating the expected value a little bit differently and weirdly, but what I did was I ran a Monte Carlo simulation on this uh, through Python. Nothing too fancy, just plotting the points. Um, so this is actually for double zeros, so the odds change, it could be because you're dealing with how many? 38 versus 37. So I think the percentage change is like 2 to 5%. Not being accurate, but yeah. So if we run this now, the half, I know my variables are like not even named correctly. I just don't care about properly naming my variables, but it's basically 0 would equal black, 1 would equal red. So this is the 1-to-1 odds. And then this is the 2-to-1 odds, which is 12. So 12 of these numbers, and then 26 of these numbers, plus the double, plus the plus the double zero and the single zero. And then you can bet at any ratio. So I swear, yeah. So usually it's 10, 10, and 15, because I mean these are easy numbers because you'd gain 5 in both areas. So if you win the 1-to-1, you still if you lose the 1-to-1, you still win the 5. If you just need to win one of them to win the 5. If you lose both of them, you lose 25. If you win both of them, you win 35, right? So I know these are also not labeled properly. It's this is like the worst case complexity or scenario, expected value, and then this is the best case expected value and mid case expected value. These three are mid case expected value. So at worst case you lose 25, and at best case you win sorry, I forgot to add the other row. At best case you win 35, right? At best case you win 35. So you can see if if you keep the ratio, it's pretty straightforward. But here's the problem. Okay, if you actually calculate the expected value by its probabilities, I don't think it adds up. It's negative. The expected value is negative. If you use like, here, I'm gonna write it in latex. Not that. So So if you calculate it like this, um, so you'd win 5, for the probability of these two, and then you do the same thing, and then you'd multiply it by like this, basically. And then I think I graphed it too. No, that's not it. And then you take this max win and you maximize on 35, right? I suck at this shit. And then the last one is you lose, right? So there's this. And then it would be this. And then negative 25, right? Okay. Right. This would equal the expected value. Oh my god. I suck at this, but you get the point, right? This wouldn't add up. But if you run this Monte Carlo simulation, you can see that it should work, right? It should have a right skew, somewhat of a right skew, and this is with 2-to-1 odd. This is with this is with single zero. This is with double zero, and you still can see it uptrends, right? Now you can see it's like there's large variations, but overall you see that with each don't ignore the U's. I was playing around with the probability, but you can see that it works decently. I don't know if there's something wrong. I'll link like a GitHub, but I'll make it open source, but it works in a fair roulette game, right? And the reason why I think this was a good strategy was that well, okay, if you model the expected value, well, we'll keep this, right? I'm gonna keep this. If you model the expected value with what is it, like 10 well, you take the wouldn't even take the average. Okay, let's just say 5, because that's basically what you're winning, right? And then you have a 70% odds of winning, and then you'd also have, this would be negative 25, and then this would be a 30% chance, right? So this would yield a negative expected value. This would still yield a negative expected value. And then we also have this one, right? I don't know if you can, yeah. So both of these would yield negative expected values, but yet we have uptrends. But if we increase the size of n, so let's say 500. I want to see how this plays out, actually. Because at its expected value should approach this. It should approach that, right? But yet it uptrends, it uptrends pretty well, actually. This is different from martingales, or if you do the that method where you bet with the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio, with the 1 to 2 odds, where there's still like a chance of you losing all your money because of a high chance of a bull run. This doesn't have anything to do with that, because there's a very low, I think there's a low probability that if you start with a small betting value, right, a small initial, like 10 and 15, right, and you have like $1,000 on you, I think you could have this uptrend. Like this uptrend is very likely to happen, right? I don't know if I'm calculating the expected value right, but even if I do, like, let's say, well, this part would add up to, even if we do this, so what is that, like 50, it's like 60, right? So if we do 60 and then 10, so we gain 10, and then we can also do, this is just like an estimate, 35, and then this would have a 0.1 probability, right? Or so, yeah, 0.1 probability. And this expected value would still yield a negative expected value, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or I might be stupid. Well, this is 10. It should be 5, right? So 0.3. Yeah, -1, right? I don't know, guys. I got no clue. Maybe I'm just calculating the expected value wrong. But no, this should, okay, I think I am, because I don't know if I should use the profit instead of the like actual combined profit and like the actual revenue, because these are just like the margins of profit. So you gain 5, you win 35, and you lose -25. So I think I should include also like the entire like revenue, because then the expected value would be positive, right? But the thing is like, it does work, right? Like 150 and then 10, and if we hold, and then let's do single zero. See. Oh wait, we gotta restart. So if we do it like this and we hold, right? We just keep on doing this. See, we lose 250, but then we can still gain it back because we still have a 70% chance of winning, right? So out of those 7 times, okay. Wait, actually, let me try something. Okay, we're at -350, so I might look stupid here. Maybe the expected value is right. Maybe my code is wrong. What I was thinking was that it should approach some mean value, right? Some mean mean regression. If we plotted these and made a regression, right? This should have a slope of some sort, and then it should thread between that regression right? It should have some average win and loss value. So you should win 7 times and lose 3 times, right? Over the course of, actually, let me model that. So fuck. That's true though, right? If I should, on average, it should approach 7 wins and 3 losses, right? And then 1 big win and 6. So so it should approach, right? So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 5 half steps. So this is 5. I don't know why I'm making it like this. 5, right? And then 3 losses, which is 25. So wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 35, right? So 135. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, right? And then our losses would look like this. Sorry. Our losses would look like 325s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so our losses are more than our winnings, right? You can see that. So I think my code is just wrong. I'm gonna be honest. I think my math is right. It should approach some value. But I think this would be good at low end values, like all gambling strategies, like martingales, you know. I think that, yeah, I think that once you approach at a certain value, or sorry, a certain value, then I think it should start to show losses. But consistently, like, if you start at a low value, I think it wouldn't be bad. Of course, if you do double zeros, you'll see more losses, but see, I already gained 1,000 in profit, right? And I can stop here. But the question is, like, will I get a bull run? Like, that's the whole thing with the roulette. If you have like a bull run of losses, then you'll lose all your money, right? And you can't bet anymore. Because martingales is good, okay? I think it's martingales is a foolproof strategy if you have infinite money, right? The question is this also the same thing? If you had infinite money, is this foolproof? So let me know in the comments, because my code seems right. It uptrends, and I think I implemented it correctly, right? So if I have a 0, then I win. If I don't, blah blah blah. The code is simple, yet, and this also shows results, right? I can keep spinning and I can keep increasing my value. It's just the expected value with mathematically, the expected value is just negative, you know. Maybe I have to actually do like my actual winnings as the factor for the probability, but and sometimes you see losses. So I think I should just do poisson, or like a binomial distribution of losses and wins. But this is what I thought of. I think this is more simpler than going having to do all that, and playing around with like normalizing this curve and whatever. I think it's a decent strategy, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Yeah.